Miles did not understand what Paul was talking about. Paul told Miles that the Tariq squad and the merchants should quickly leave the forest while the Face squad distracts the demonic beasts. He reminded Paul that the important goods are mostly guarded by his squad. Miles was annoyed to hear this. He asked Paul if he has no morals. With a smile on his face, Paul told Miles that he needs to think wisely in order to survive. He told Miles that morals and trust are beautiful words, but they are not as important as survival. He told Miles that the leader of the demonic beasts is waiting to tire them out so it can slaughter all of them. Paul asked Miles if he has enough money to compensate everyone for all the goods and lives lost. Paul told Miles that he will follow him if he has a better method. He told Miles that he is simply giving him an alternative. He asked Miles to make a smart decision. Cold sweat covered Miles' body. He did not know what to do. The next day, we see the Face squad moving carefully. Tanya was surprised that the demonic beasts continued ambushing them without a break. Thanks to this, the horses and her teammates were exhausted. Tanya did not know how much more she and her teammates could take. She was very annoyed with the fact that the Tariq squad did not make any efforts to assist them. The only thing the Tariq squad has been doing is watching the movements of the Face mercenaries. Fien completely understood Tanya's worries. He knew that his team would break down if they face any more demonic beasts. Tanya noticed that the Tariq squad were doing something suspicious. She noticed that they suddenly sped up their carriage. Before she could do anything, the Tariq squad began to run at full speed. Tanya and her teammates did not understand what was going on. Tanya tried to call them, but no one answered. Fien immediately realized that the Tariq squad is using them as bait because the demonic beasts are focused on them. Before the Face squad could take another step, the demonic beasts had surrounded them. Fien was annoyed to see that the Tariq squad betrayed them. Helmut believed that the Face squad were about to meet their end. He knew that the squad could no longer catch up to the Tariq squad because they were already surrounded by the demonic beasts. Helmut could not believe that the Tariq squad would use another squad as bait to save themselves. He wondered if he could save the squad by revealing his secret. Upon seeing that the demonic beasts had surrounded them, Fien asked his teammates to get in position. Immediately he said this, the demonic beasts began to attack them. The men who were already exhausted were barely able to fight the demonic beast with all their strength. Fien had to use his fist to fight the demonic beasts. While the men were fighting, Helmut wondered if they will question his identity after he reveals his secret. Maros was excited with the fight. He believed that he would die a worthy mercenary. Sean told Maros that his death would be worthless if he dies here. He raised his sword up and told Maros that he wants to die a noble death. Maros was shocked to hear this. He had never heard a mercenary saying that he wants to die a noble death. Tanya was surprised to see that her teammate were still having fun in such a dire moment. While the men were fighting, Helmut questioned himself and where he came from. He wondered if he is a normal human like them. He quickly realized that the questions he asked himself no longer mattered to him. He placed his hand on his chest and realized that he did not want anyone from the squad to die. He decided to trust humans for the first time. He covered his sword in vis and told the members of the squad that what he is about to do is a secret. Tanya and the other members were shocked to see Helmut's vis. Fien could not believe that Helmut actually had the ability to use vis. Helmut rushed into the middle of the team and jumped up. While in the air, Helmut spun around and used his sword to cut the demonic beasts into tiny pieces. Maros and Sean were shocked to see this. Before Helmut landed on the ground, he stepped on a demonic beast and used it to take the impact of the fall. Immediately he landed on the ground. He killed the demonic beast. The other demonic beasts were horrified to see Helmut's skills. They tried to run away. Unfortunately for them, Helmut used his vis to cut them down. The last demonic beast became paralyzed after seeing what Helmut did to its friends. While the demonic beast was shaking in fear, Helmut cut its head off. After taking care of all the demonic beasts, Helmut put his sword back in its sheath. The Face mercenaries could not believe what they saw. They could not believe that Helmut killed an entire batch of demonic beasts on his own. Helmut looked around and realized that the leader of the demonic beasts had ran away. He could not believe that the leader let its subordinates die. Finn, who was in shock, asked Helmut about how he was able to use vis. Helmut told Finn that his body has recovered. Tanya was surprised to see what happened. She realized that she was right about Helmut's vis. Both Tanya and Finn could not believe that they saved such a powerful person. Fien was in complete shock to see Helmut's vis. Even a rank 2 like him could not produce such an overwhelming vis. He could not believe that Helmut was able to use such a vis at such a young age. He asked Helmut about where he learned his swordsmanship. Although Helmut trusted this mercenaries, he knew that it would be best for him to not talk about the Forest of Roots. He told Fien that he lived with his mentor in a forest. He told Fien that he does not remember anything other than living with his mentor. Fien was sad to hear this. He believed that Helmut had not fully regained his memories. Helmut told Fien that there is no longer any demonic beast around them. He asked Fien for their next step. Fien told Helmut that they need to get out of the forest and find the ones who betrayed them. The other members of the Face Squad were annoyed to hear this. They said that they will kill the Tarek Squad and Miles. Fien asked Helmut about what he wants to do. Helmut told Fien that he will make a decision after they leave the forest. He told Fien that he still wants to get his money for the mission. Fien told Helmut that he is weird for wanting to get some money despite their situation. Tanya immediately punched him when he said this. Fien accepted Helmut's terms. He told his squad to start tracing the tracks of the Tarek Squad. The next day, the Face mercenaries began to follow the tracks of the Tarek Squad. The mercenaries were happy that they had a good rest, and their body was full of energy. Tanya placed her hand on the ground to check if they were on the right path. She thought that they would already be close to the Tarek Squad. To her surprise, she could not sense any noise or vibration. She wondered if the Tarek Squad had already reached the outskirts of the forest. Fien told Tanya that the Tarek Squad and the merchants will take a break at the first village after the forest. He told Tanya that they will meet the group at the first village. Sean was happy to hear this. He believed that they could take their revenge at the first village. Byrne became happy when he thought about how the Tarek Squad and the merchants would behave when they see them alive, although Finn understood how his seniors felt. He asked them about the state of the mission. Sean realized that they don't have any cargo to protect. Byrne was annoyed to see that the Tarek Squad took all the important goods. The only carriage left with them contained food. While the men were discussing, Helmut hears some noise from far away. Tanya asked Helmut if he could feel anything. Sean did not understand what Tanya was talking about. He could not sense anything at all. Helmut told her that he senses some demonic energy ahead of them. He told her that the Tarek Squad is involved in a battle. Sean was happy to hear this. He asked about the distance between them and the Tarek Squad. Helmut told Sean that the Tarek Squad is an hour away from them if they continue to move at their current speed. Fien was shocked to hear this. He could not believe that Helmut could sense something so far away. He asked Helmut about how powerful he is. Helmut told him that it will be better for them to hurry. He told Fien that the Tarek Squad can only hold out for a while. Sean was not excited to save the people who betrayed them. Maros reminded him that they still need to get paid for their efforts. Fien told his team that they still need to finish their work. He asked them to focus on their work before they deal with the Tarek Squad. With a smile on her face, Tanya told the men that they are better than the selfish Tarek bastards. After boosting his team morale, Fien asked his team to start moving out. The scene shifts and we see the Tarek Squad in battle with demonic beasts. Paul asked his team to hold their positions well. Immediately he said this, he killed a demonic beast. Paul could not believe that the demonic beast began to chase them a day after they left the Face mercenaries. While Paul was fighting, the leader of the demonic beasts appeared at his back. Paul was overwhelmed by the presence of the leader. He could not believe that the demonic beast would chase them so persistently. He did not understand why the demonic beasts were not satisfied with the Face mercenaries. The leader of the demonic beasts attacked Paul with its huge fist. Paul quickly dodged the attack. Immediately he dodged the attack. He realized that he had to run away if he wants to survive. He moved close to Max to inform him of his plan. He told Max that everyone will die if the fight continues. He told Max that they can defeat the minions, but they cannot beat the giant monkey. Paul told Max that the Face mercenaries were probably killed by the leader of the demonic beasts. He told Max that all the witnesses will be gone if they run away. Max smiled when he heard Paul's plan. He realized that their reputation will be safe if there are no witnesses. He quickly ordered the rest of his squad to run away. The team did not understand what Max was talking about. They wanted to ask for an explanation, but Max and Paul ran away before they could get one. Miles, who was looking at Paul and Max through his window, was shocked by their betrayal. As the demonic beasts attacked their carriage, Miles realized that he made a terrible choice by trusting the Tarek Squad. As the leader of the demonic beast broke his carriage, he realized that he should have never abandoned the Face mercenaries. The giant monkey picked up one of the merchants with a smile on its face. Miles was horrified to see this smile. He realized that he was going to die. As the monster was about to eat the merchant, it hears the voice of a human. When it looked up, it saw Helmut running towards it with a sword covered in vis. Helmut asked the demonic beast to drop the merchant. Helmut used his sword to attack the giant monkey. The giant monkey used its hand to block the attack. Helmut used his sword to push the demonic beast away from the carriage. With a horrifying look on his face, Helmut asked the demonic beast to drop the merchant. The demonic beast was horrified to see the look on Helmut's face. It threw the merchant at Helmut. Before Helmut arrived at this place, Fien had asked him to first check the situation before the rest of the team arrived. Fien told Helmut that he has a bad feeling about the Tariq squad. He told Helmut that the Tariq squad might stand a chance if they are together, but they easily betray one another. He told Helmut that the Tariq squad can also betray the merchants. Upon hearing Fien's worries, Helmut accepted Fien's request. Helmut was surprised to see that Fien was right. He realized that all the merchants would be dead if he had arrived later. He decided to face the giant monkey now that his vis had fully returned. He jumped off the carriage and used his sword to attack the demonic beast. The giant monkey used its demonic energy to block Helmut's attack. It screamed and called out for its minions. This did not faze Helmut. He used his sword to turn the minions into mincemeat. The leader of the demonic beast was annoyed to see this. It screamed in anger. This demonic beast is the strongest one Helmut has faced since he stepped out of the Forest of Roots. But Helmut was still certain that he could defeat it. He strengthened his vis and rushed to attack the giant monkey. He carefully aimed his sword at the demonic beast's face. The demonic beast was able to stop the attack with its two hands. Helmut used his strength to continue pushing his sword at the demonic beast. The giant monkey began to panic. It realized that it might die. It released a large amount of demonic energy and pushed Helmut back. Helmut was surprised to see that the monkey's demonic energy was increasing. He realized that the demonic beast was absorbing demonic energy from the corpses of the other demonic beasts. Helmut was not bothered by this fact. He was more focused on the fact that the face mercenaries will soon arrive. He realized that the mercenaries will be in danger if they try to help him. He decided to become serious and end the fight. The giant monkey began to glow after it absorbed the demonic energy around it. It immediately attacked Helmut after it transformed. Helmut dodged the attack by jumping. While in the air, he decided to attack the demonic beast. Unfortunately for him, the giant monkey easily brushed off his attack. The demonic beast looked at Helmut arrogantly after blocking his attack. Helmut was surprised to see that his usual strength would not work on the demonic beast. He covered his sword with more vis and decided to attack with more power. The demonic beast was surprised to see this. The moment Helmut landed his attack on it, the demonic beast quickly used its strength to hold Helmut back. Helmut was surprised by the reactions of the beast. He realized that the demonic beast had become faster. The moment Helmut landed on the ground, he realized that the demonic beast claws have become stronger. He realized that he had to kill the giant monkey in one slash if he wants to end the fight. The giant monkey and Helmut began to launch different attacks on each other. When Helmut pushed the demonic beast back, he noticed that the giant monkey has torn his clothes. He was sad to see this because he only has one pair of clothing. He decided to buy some clothes when he gets to the next village. The demonic beast was annoyed to see that Helmut was not taking it seriously. It gathered all its energy into its body. A bright light shined and its eyes began to glow. A green eye opened up in the chest of the demonic beast and it transformed into a larger and more horrifying form. Helmut was not bothered to see the new form of the giant monkey. The demonic beast jumped up and got ready to attack Helmut. While the demonic beast was in the air, Helmut noticed something about it as the giant monkey got closer. Helmut became certain that he had seen a similar pattern of attack before. He smiled when he realized that the demonic beast was using the same technique as Naho. Helmut took a stance and released a large amount of vis. Before he attacked the giant monkey, he told it that it is still much weaker than Naho. Helmut jumped up and used his sword to tear the giant monkey apart. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want part 7 of this video, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.